Hey everyone, welcome to the Checkered Chat. I'm Justin,
I'm Blake.
and we are here. We're back. You can see us again. We don't look like just a black screen, which is great. Yes, the office has been dried.
There's no more fish tank in the closet.
There's no more fish tank in the closet. We still have the dehumidifier, but they're supposed to be getting it today. But it's I got fed up with it and unplugged it and just set it out in the dining room. I almost set it on the curb and said, "Hey," because they. Long story short, the guy tried to come and pick it up when no one was here, and then was kind of a dick about it. So I was like, "Yeah, I'll just leave it on the curb or sell it on Facebook Marketplace if you know."
Yeah.
Whatever.
Max Petty.
Yeah. Either way. Regardless, yeah, we're back. We're here. We are live and in person at
Back
the
to
time
our
of recording.
semi-professional setup.
Yeah, natural.
Not just holding a mic at the kitchen table.
I hope that last week was
bearable.
Bearable. Yeah, that's kind of a good way to put it. Yeah, I found out this week that my buddy Gage at work, he actually listens to the episode. So shout out Gage. He's a good dude.
I while at the Treaty Oak concert ran into people because I was wearing a Hendrick Motorsports t-shirt. And they're like, "Dude, where'd you get that shirt? That shirt's awesome." And I was like, "I got it from Hendrick like at their fan day." And we started talking for a minute. And they were like, "So do you like NASCAR or just like the clothes?" And I was like, "No, I like NASCAR." And they were like, "Do you go to Atlanta Motor Speedway?" And I was like, "Yeah, anytime that there's a NASCAR race and it's open, I'm there." And they were like, "You been to Talladega?" I was like, "Yep." They're like, "Where all have you been?" And I like started listing stuff, and they were like, "Oh, so you're like a super fan?" And I was like, "Yeah, to the point I have a podcast." So if I don't remember your names, or if I even asked, there was a little alcohol involved.
As there was.
But shout out to you guys if any of you are listening.
Yeah, shout out those folks. Yeah, no. What are we talking about? We're coming off of Nashville. That's what we're doing.
Nashville, woo.
Woo.
Great, absolutely great race.
Yeah, great.
All three
great race for it to be delayed and me not be able to watch a single bit of it live. Anyways, yeah. I felt like you having to go back and rewatch it.
You haven't mastered the avoiding social media.
Yeah, no. Well,
thing.
Literally I woke up and it was like ESPN notification, and then I have the NASCAR like widget on my home screen. I open it and it's like Denny Hamlin. I'm like, Jesus Christ. It literally at 4 a.m., which was only probably like what,
3.5
hours after something like that. Yeah, no, I mean, great race. I have gone back and watched highlights and majority of it. So I am ready to talk about it. I'm trying to put my iPad on Do Not Disturb because there's a bunch of crap coming in on it. Anyways, news this week. This is an interesting one you don't hear every week. There's a 2311 employee that's been suspended by NASCAR for hitting a 77-year-old man in Charlotte on a golf cart.
Yeah.
I haven't heard like too much about this because I don't know if it was like, I mean, I think she got arrested, so I'm pretty sure it was like intentional.
I mean, it's one of those, like, you hear it and you're like, huh? But like, if you've ever got lucky enough to been in garage areas, or honestly, even in fan zones, you are expected to move.
Yeah.
Like you could just be chilling, walking around the garage area, and then you hear the whistles, and here comes a NASCAR, and it's move or get hit, because good luck. But golf carts should be a little different story, I think.
Yeah, definitely. That's interesting. And then you have the Chicago Street Course could be back in 27 in May. So
kill me now.
We'll see how that goes. I just like I don't have an issue with there being a road course in NASCAR.
Oh no.
Can it just not be
The Chicago Street
Chicago
Course.
every single year? Like, it's a cool race, don't get me wrong, but it's ran its course. Like,
welcome back the mayor of Chicago, Shane Van Gisbergen, because
yes,
that's all that's
literally.
gonna be. Unless it rains and then Alex Bowman just turns into like the second coming of Jeff Gordon on a road course.
Yeah. No, something other like that. Speaking of SVG, that leads us perfectly into the next thing. I thought this was very interesting. FanDuel is not paying out people for SVG top fives from Nashville because they pay out based off of
like immediate
finish, which is
unofficial scoring.
Yes, I call crack of bullshit.
Oh yeah,
or crock of bullshit.
100%.
Because I think that there were so many people that bet on him
and it was such a long shot that they were going to be losing money.
Yes, and I think that this is I bet you could probably go back and find somewhere where they actually pay. If it was someone, like say Larson, same situation, but it's Larson.
Yeah, they probably paid it out.
Probably paid it out. I guarantee you.
This was just when and I mean I see both sides of it because like I've used Prize Picks a little bit here and there, and like the second that a game is over, you win or you lose. That's it.
Yeah, it's just different when it comes to NASCAR because there's unofficial results and there's official results.
Yeah.
So
yeah, because I mean at the time that the race finished, he wasn't fifth on unofficial scoring, but if you go back and watch the finish, the way that the wreck happened after the flag and everything, there's no way he didn't finish fifth.
Yeah.
They had Chase finishing ahead of Reddick, but Chase wrecked Reddick on accident because of Blaney.
Yeah.
So, like, there was obviously something up there. But, I mean, it is what it is. It sucks if you made the bet, but yeah. So now they're figuring out SVG, and they're probably going to lower the odds where they're going to owe a lot less.
I mean, because if we're being real, like SVG has started to actually like pick out how to do ovals.
He's also started to piss a lot of people off.
Yeah, he has. But yeah, no, I mean, he's no longer, in my opinion, just the road course guy. I mean, if we're going to be real, he's carrying Trackhouse right now.
Oh, 100%. He moved up in the points after an oval.
Yeah.
Like, if that doesn't tell you anything.
For 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, granted, I will say, last week, or this week, Nashville, you had the brake rotor issues with Ross and Connor.
Yeah.
But
neither of them were running that great at the time of the brake rotor.
No. It just when I was watching it and I saw Zilich go into the wall and was, riding the wall, I looked at him and went, "Look at what he did." And I'm like, oh.
I loved when they like played SVG's in car and he was like, so
should I be
what the
worried?
hell?
Yeah.
When are mine gonna explode? And they're like, no, yours aren't gonna explode. And I'd be sitting there like, yeah,
okay,
sure they're not.
Yeah. No, it's I could definitely see in that moment the panic setting in.
Yeah.
Not.
Suarez took a long pit stop towards the end of the race to make sure all the cooling or like the tank was right because he was like nervous. I mean, as you should be. You're going into the turn at like almost 190 miles an hour.
Yeah, I mean, we had so many brake problems just throughout the entire race. All right, on to our next thing. We won't get too deep into the actual race and the news.
Yeah.
Corey Heim is officially going to be a full-time NASCAR driver for 2311. Nobody's surprised by that, but
it's overdue.
It's way overdue. And
he showed plenty of glimpses this year already in part-time that warrant why he needs to be there.
100%. I do think I want them to do away with the 35, and I want him to drive the 67.
I wouldn't be mad at it.
And here's why I think that they are going to do that. If you saw any pictures from their little event at Chiefs, the 35 car was not out there. It was 23, 45, and 67.
Okay.
So
Poor Riley Herbst.
I know. I like kind of. He's like, hey, remember me, guys?
The guy that's under contract right now that's running full time.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, we'll see where he ends up.
Legacy.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be legacy. It's, I mean, that's gonna be the only.
Unless they just send him back down to O'Reilly's, but I think and I feel bad for him in the sense of I think he's finally starting to figure Cup out and like improving on a week to week basis and starting to have better runs.
Yeah.
So like I wouldn't be mad if he went to Legacy at all.
Yeah, no, I mean, and I think Legacy is starting to.
They're on an uptick.
They are, and they just signed like a ton of investors.
They have like I think it was 20 celebrity. It's like 20 plus.
Yeah.
Well, just 20 plus to be a little correct, I guess.
Yeah.
Like celebrity investors, and Darius Rucker was the first one to be named, but I guess they're going to start rolling it out slowly.
Yeah, I mean, that'll be cool, and I mean, hopefully that can help Legacy a little bit. I think it will. Because I mean, Legacy has been, like we said, like it's like the weeks that they're on, they're good, but also like they're getting top 10s for sure, but it's like
they're never really in contention for the win. They're just trying to get the top 10.
Yeah, pretty much. Like a top 10 is their win.
They've gotten more consistent as this year's went on.
Yeah. So this was Chili's last race sponsoring Carson Hocevar for the year.
Yeah. It feels really early in the year for more.
It does. Like I had the same thought.
I think what'll happen because he won in Chili's this year, that
next year is going to be.
They'll probably go up the races next year as long as Spire can make that work with the other partners for the 77.
Yeah.
Because I feel like with the whole Ride the Dente, the Intimidente, the win, everything that goes on, I feel like they have to have seen a spike in revenue.
100%. I mean, like.
They're getting a good return on investment right now.
Yeah. Like, I know, like, I'm not saying that everybody's going to Chili's right now because of Carson Hocevar, but, like, there's probably a good bit of people. And, I mean, it's just, the hype is there. And I'm saving that one that was before this for the end. Okay. So, there was a sim racing expo that hinted at the All-Star race returning to Charlotte.
Yeah. I'm here for it.
Yeah, no, I am too. I mean, Charlotte has consistently, the Charlotte Oval has consistently been like Elma for the past few years been the best race
outside of Atlanta. Honestly,
outside of Atlanta for sure.
It's the best intermediate by far, like true intermediate.
Yes, yeah. Because you can't call Atlanta an intermediate, but it's not a true intermediate.
It's an intermediate that races like a super speedway.
Yes,
it's an intermediate on crack.
Yeah. Literally. So, and then this came out today. This was all rumored, and we talked about it.
This wasn't shocking at all.
No. Kevin Magnussen. Oh, I spelled his name wrong. Sorry. Magnussen is going to be in the Project 91 car in San Diego.
Former F1 driver, does WEC competition now, like the World Endurance Challenge, like that's done by the FIA. So, with that being said, I don't have like astronomically high expectations for the guy. However, SVG has been there, done that, drove the Project 91 car to victory on a track that nobody's been to before.
Yeah.
You have SVG data now from street courses and road courses. Nobody's ever been here, but that plays into Magnussen's hand. Also, he's on the same team as SVG. Yeah. So, like, in a way, it wouldn't shock me if he won. It wouldn't shock me if he got a top 5, and I almost expect a top 10 out of him. Like, as long as he doesn't wreck the car, I think he'll have pace, especially seeing that everybody else is on equal playing fields.
Yeah.
Of never being there before.
Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah, I think that wraps up news unless you have anything.
Let me double check. One thing, I saw a clip from Denny's podcast, and I don't know when it was because it was on TikTok, and we all know how you can see stuff so randomly.
Mm-hmm.
But he was talking about silly season. And I watched it, and you could tell in it that he was trying not to say that Corey Haim was about to get signed. But Jared is the other guy on the podcast with him.
Yeah.
He said some of these, just feel like good timing situations. And Denny laughed, and he was like, yeah, I guess you could say that. Let me not say too much more. But they did talk about that there could be up to 20 drivers this year that are in contract years.
Wow.
And Denny said you can almost guarantee, like I'm paraphrasing, but what I got from it was Denny basically saying you can almost guarantee that there are going to be maybe a couple seat swaps.
That's interesting. I mean, I know that we've heard Buescher is in a contract year.
And he's trying to get people trying to sign him right now. To me, there was a Toyota team, so that would have to be Legacy. Unless 2311 just fires Bubba and puts Buescher in, because how stout of a lineup would Reddick, Buescher, and Haim be?
That's true.
But I mean, you have the uncertainty around the 48 car. The 9, the 24, and the 5 are not going anywhere for the foreseeable future.
Yeah.
Penske could also get Buescher, and they could let Cindric go.
I just don't.
Cindric doesn't perform, and I hate to be this way because I like him, but he doesn't perform worth a damn to be in Penske equipment. And get mad at me if you want, listeners.
I'm not mad. I get what you're saying.
Like you would almost have to right now as Penske be looking and say, Blaney's third in points. Blaney is the only driver that we have, and pretty much the only driver that Ford has that shows up week in, week out and feels like a threat. And usually is the top
and
performer.
Has an absolute dog shit pit crew.
Exactly. And then you go look at 3-time champion Joey Logano, who can't figure out how to race anymore.
Yeah, I mean, like, this was the first race in a really long time that he has actually led laps, I feel like.
And so then you look at shaking things up, and then you look at the 2 car and you say,
where's he been? Even though he is in, if the chase started today, he is in the chase.
Okay, so he's back in that?
Yes, he's been right all season. He has been right around the cut line.
Oh, yeah. He's 2 points to the good. Yeah, you're right. Okay. But, I mean, that's just one where I feel question marks because, like, you could, in theory, kick him to the curb and upgrade if you wanted to.
Yeah, because I mean, like,
outside of super speedways, and I really hate to be that guy, but what does he really bring to the table anymore?
I mean, I totally see that. I mean, I hate it because I also like the guy, and
it just really depends, I think, silly season this year on how cutthroat teams are willing to be.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's just gonna, I don't know.
Like, because do we see McDowell get pushed to the side, even though he thinks he's the placeholder until Tristan McKee is ready?
Yeah.
But does he get moved somewhere? Then you go look at, and we won't spend too much time on this, but does Josh Berry stay in the 21? We know Cole Custer will stay in the 41 most likely.
Yeah, definitely.
I would assume Eric Jones and John Hunter Nemechek will be 2 of the 3 legacy drivers next year.
Didn't Eric Jones just sign?
I'm pretty sure he did.
Pretty sure. Yeah.
Allmendinger, does he stay around? Does Ty Dillon stay around? Like, there's so many moving pieces that could get swapped.
Okay, so here's the thing. I don't think we see any change in Colleague until,
like, one of their truck guys is ready, or until
Ram comes in. I think it'll be the second year of Ram being in Cup. That's when you'll start seeing changes there.
Okay. Yeah.
Because what is unless they bring a guy from truck up, but I don't know who you're going to bring up yet. Which also, we're not looking at Ram coming into truck coming into Cup until, what is it, 2028 is like projected, or is it 27?
I think it's 28, because I think if it was 27, we'd already be hearing a lot more
about
it right now.
That's true.
So, like, in the 28 to 30 range is when you're for sure probably going to see Ram.
Honestly, by then, do you feel like you might be looking at Allmendinger retiring?
Oh, yeah, probably.
I mean,
And, like, retiring in the sense of, like, probably just running some part-time one-offs here and there,
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
kinda
yeah, yeah.
deal. Yeah, so then yeah.
He
Silly
might
season
yeah.
has a huge opportunity this year to just go off the walls crazy.
Yeah, and it's crazy because, like, last year we were like, "What's going on? There's nothing,"
Yeah.
basically. And then also, who does RCR get?
Yeah, because I mean, do you just go ahead and promote from within and put Jesse Love in there? Do you put
I
Austin Hill in there? Which I list those two as the easy options, like promote within. But I mean, I'll give Austin Hill his flowers. He's doing the best he can right
yeah.
now, like in a very tough time and in a very tough situation.
Mhm.
But you go back to the other times. I mean, he hasn't ran this car much. He probably hasn't ran sim on it much. He's
Yeah.
not very comfortable in the next gen car. He doesn't really produce that much. And I'll exclude and put asterisks next to these last two races, especially Charlotte. But he just doesn't feel like somebody that makes long term business sense.
Yeah, no, that's true, and especially, like, how how old's Austin Hill? Like,
He's over 30.
yeah. So, I mean,
I feel like the easy layup slam dunk
Jesse
is
Love.
Jesse Love, and
Yeah.
then that would cut the rumor of Legacy out, and then that would put Riley Herbst at Legacy.
Yeah.
And then those are kind of done. But I mean, RCR could just open the checkbook up and say, "Hey, Chris Buescher. Hey, Alex
Ooh,
Bowman.
ho
Hey."
hold on. Chris Buescher going to RCR.
I would hate that for him
I
because
would
that would be a
too.
downgrade, but I don't feel like RCR is that far from, like, turning around the program because
Yes.
before we saw Bush, tragically pass away,
They
he
were
wasn't running bad. He started
yeah.
figuring it out. Austin Dillon's been running better, excluding, this past week, which we'll get into, but,
Yeah.
like, I don't think they're that far from turning the corner and figuring it out.
Yeah. No, I don't think so either. And, I mean, do I think that this might be, with Bush passing, a little bit of a setback for them? Yes,
Yeah,
because I feel like they lost a good chunk of,
like,
like,
knowledge.
knowledge, like,
Yeah.
100%, which sucks. But,
Yeah.
I
But, I
mean,
mean, it'll be very interesting to see where all of these teams decide to go because we've even heard the rumors that Hendrick might buy out Zilich's contract and replace Bowman with him, and then what does that do for Corey Day? What's his like
yeah,
the,
yeah,
the layers and the dominoes that will trickle down into lower series also are insane.
yeah,
Um, and then too, like Austin Green that runs the 87 in O'Reilly's, he was told after Nashville like that he won't be running the next four races because they signed Nick Sanchez to four races to run.
yeah,
So like I think people have realized that hey, Nick Sanchez did have the talent, he just didn't maybe have the money that we wanted. So let's put him in and see what he can do.
yeah,
So maybe in a perfect world, if Jesse Love goes RCR Cup, maybe you see Nick Sanchez go to the 2 car because when he was with the 48, that was a technical alliance with RCR. He's worked with them.
yeah.
So like,
That would
yeah.
kinda make sense. Yeah, definitely.
So like in a way, that's where my head goes is like, okay, if he's coming back and racing Chevys now, obviously that Ford gig is up.
Yeah,
Okay. Are they preparing him to maybe come to RCR and one of them go
could
to
be.
Cup?
I
Like,
mean, that kinda makes sense, you
yeah,
know?
that's my favorite part about silly season is once you kind of like once one move happens, you start like just
Connecting the dots. It's
and
like the Always Sunny,
yeah, and
thing.
you just sit there and every like small move, you're like, what does that mean? That is
Yeah.
suspicious. Like,
Where's this going?
yeah,
You know?
but
Anyways.
enough of that yap. Let's go to Nashville and
Oh, real quick before that,
no,
sorry. I don't know if you've listened to it, but the Bussin' with the Boys
I
podcast,
haven't yet.
I listened
Is
to
it
it.
good?
It's actually really good, and especially if you're, like, new into the sport, because they both are.
Yeah,
It's,
that's a good segue.
yeah, it's a very good, if you like those guys, it's really good. I liked it, and I've just seen clips of them on TikTok, like,
Yeah.
nothing out of that. And the interview with Blaney and Bubba is really good.
And
And
then they have Byron this week.
Oh, okay. I haven't.
I saw that a few minutes ago, like
I
before we
need
started.
I need to sorry, y'all. I need to listen to it.
You started making me yawn now.
Yeah, and I almost yawned again. Anyways, yes, that podcast is good. Go listen to it. Yeah, on to the truck race.
Okay, so the rain once again decided that it wanted to be a pest, and it interrupted practice. It rained out qualifying, and then before, like literally while they're like singing the national anthem and everything and like getting ready to go, it starts raining again. So they delayed the start. Well, actually, no, I'm thinking of Cup. I don't remember when it started raining for truck. But they delayed the start of that race until 11. So that had a nice little rain delay at the front. So essentially, to give you a nice little understanding of the race, Lane Riggs got the pole due to winning at Charlotte. Lane Riggs dominated this race. Lane Riggs led the first 95 laps. Every restart, he was clear by turn 1. He could open his lead up. I know at times it got like big. Like, I mean, by lap 6 of the race, he had pretty much a 2-second lead.
Yeah.
Lap 12, it was over 2 seconds. Lap 31, it was over 3 seconds. Like,
homie was cooking.
He won stage 1. After stage 1, you had a little bit of pit road chaos. Parker Retzlaff was trying to go into his pit stall as Minnie Tyrell was leaving. He got hit and spun around. Stuart Friesen had to come back down pit road because he had a flat tire immediately after pitting because the crew knocked the valve stem off of the wheel.
Rookie mistake.
Yeah. And then Retzlaff was also penalized for speeding on pit road or on pit exit, which, I mean, at that point, you've already got spun around. You're at the end. Why are we speeding? But
yeah.
And once again, stage 2, every restart, honestly, pretty much every restart until like lap 90 or 100, it felt like it was Lane Riggs and Caden Honeycutt on the front row, and Lane Riggs pulled away by turn 1.
Yeah.
Lap 69, you had an incident for Tanner Gray getting loose under Jake Garcia, which caused them both to crash, which collected Jesse Love, ending his day. I missed one incident, because the next caution was for debris from Jake Garcia's truck, which honestly had no business being out on the track. It didn't have a spoiler. It got backed into the wall. It looked like you crushed a beer can. But with that being said, after that, on lap 81, you get your first pit strategy. Ross Chastain in 5th, Rajah in 8th, Gio, Tyler Ankrum, Corey LaJoie, Parker Retzlaff, and Dawson Sutton all pit. Then they restart on lap 85. Once again, broken record. Lane Riggs clears. This time it was over Eckes, but doesn't matter who it was. Cleared by turn 1. Lap 89, so 4 laps into this run, Chastain has made it up to 10th, being the highest running truck that pitted on lap 81. Lap 95, stage 2 is over. Lane Riggs won that one as well, followed by Honeycutt, Smith, Eckes, and Infinger. Lap 99, all lead lap trucks pit except for the ones that pitted on lap 81. So lap 104, you have new sheriffs in town. You have Ross Chastain and Rajah Caruth leading the field to green. Chastain washes up in turn 2, which allows Caruth to race him side by side. Lap 105 is when Caruth does clear him. Lap 116 felt like shades of Miami last year. Caden Honeycutt started losing power off and on. He lost power in turn 4, slowed down the front stretch, kind of came and went until lap 119. The caution comes out for him, coming basically to a stop in turn 4. Lap 125, actually, that one doesn't really matter. Well, it kind of does because LaJoie gets into the wall on the restart, but that was another Caruth and Chastain restart. Caruth clears. Lap 129, there's a caution for debris with Ben Rhodes at the which ended up being the tire. So he had to come back down, give him 2 laps. And then here's where it really starts getting interesting because, again, you still have Caruth and Chastain up front. But by lap 137, Riggs is past Ankrum for 5th. And then ends up getting to 4th because Andres Perez gets loose. So lap 143, Riggs is all the way up to 3rd now, and he's a little over 2 seconds behind Rajah. Lap 145, he's closed it from a little over 2 seconds to 1.2 seconds. Lap 148, he gets to 2nd, passing Chandler Smith. And in turn 3, he's only 2 truck lengths behind Rajah. Lap 149, he makes it to Rajah, gets to the outside, begins to battle for the lead in turn 3, isn't able to complete the pass yet. Coming to the start-finish line, they make slight contact trying to side draft each other, and then on lap 150, he does make the pass and is able to beat Rajah Caruth by 0.4 seconds. Yeah, I mean, that's one of those, I won't lie to you, I did want to see Rajah defend his win. I had a lot of hope and a lot of confidence in him to pull that off. But it's just so hard when somebody like Lane Riggs led the first 95 laps, played an alternate strategy, and then is just the guy in the back on fresh tires that passes the whole field, makes up it was like SVG on a road course. It was the good comparison of that to me, like how he just made up all that time on fresher tires and drove his way up to the front and ended up making the pass for the lead. So your top 10 was Lane Riggs, who won, Rajah in second, Chandler Smith third, Ross Chastain fourth, Tyler Ankrum fifth, Stuart Friesen in sixth, Grant Enfinger in seventh, Christian Eckes in eighth, Gio Ruggiero in ninth, and then Daniel Dye in 10th. Welcome back, Daniel Dye. Great job.
Yeah.
I said that sarcastically. Just to clear it up for everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I would have loved to have seen Rajah win. I think we both picked him last week, yeah. But, I mean, is what it is, Mr. Ice Clanker.
I'm sorry.
It's all good. It is. I'm sure they'll forgive you.
It probably was very, very faint.
Yeah, it'll be fine. It ain't no biggie. Yeah, so Xfinity was...
Xfinity?
Sorry. I can't remember who it was this week I heard mess it up, and I was like, wow, I really don't feel bad.
No, I just like to give you a hard time because I do it too, but it's just one of those, like, you came in with it being the Xfinity series, so now you're having to rewire your brain.
Yeah. The O'Reilly series, or we could just call this race Brent Cruz versus Justin Allgaier versus Jesse Love for, like, part of the race.
Yeah. I mean, Jesse Love, I felt like I was cooking there for a minute.
Yeah. Yeah. It was, he was there until he wasn't.
He literally, like, dominated the race until over the course of pit stops and I guess, like, cross-threading the lug nut on, it finally stripped the stud out, and then they had to, like, put spacers on and do different stuff, and he had to take a long pit stop and just RIP never. Well, that's a horrible, horrible thing to say right now.
You know what?
My apologies.
Yeah, we'll forgive you on that one. Yeah. So anyway, we laugh through the pain, I guess.
Yeah.
It was funny this race on Sunday. My parents came over to get some stuff and drop off some stuff, and my mom asked me. She goes, "So why is everyone in O'Reilly's like 20 and Justin Allgaier is 40. And I'm like, oh, dear Lord. Like, I have to explain all this. But either way, my mom really only watches Cup, and she only watches it through watching it with my dad.
Yeah.
So, either way. So Jesse Love gets the pole because qualifying was canceled because of rain. We were battling rain all weekend long.
Welcome to the summer in the South.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you had, right at the end of stage 1, you had Cletus who spun out.
Yeah.
I will say, while he is spinning out and having these, like, growing pain issues in the O'Reilly series, he's not destroying the car.
He's not destroying the car. He's not ruining anybody else's day. He's not a moving chicane. Like, yeah, Jesse Love was being nice towards the end of stage 1, trying not to lap him if he didn't have to. Because he's a teammate and everything. But, I mean, still, he was racing good right there with Jesse Love. Yeah, Jesse Love wasn't going 100%. I understand that, but still. And then, too, like, battling for the lucky dog spot. Yeah, he did end up spinning the car out, but it's growing pains, and, I mean, at the end of the day, all he wants to do is just compete where he can, and he ultimately wants to go run Talladega and Daytona in an O'Reilly's car. He's going to have growing pains at these other tracks, and to me, as long as he doesn't ruin anybody else's day,
we're good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's all, Yeah, I mean, because you have so many people that are like, he shouldn't be racing and everything, and it's like,
then it's like, yeah, I get that, but also
we let Natalie
I
Decker race
literally
in
was about
O'Reilly's.
to say we have Natalie Decker, we have we have Chris Wright, we have there's so many people that I'm like, okay, I hear your Cletus argument, and I raise you, Natalie Decker. I
Yeah,
raise you, Chris Wright.
exactly, exactly.
You'll live.
We're gonna have to pause for a second because I'm about to have to give the maintenance guy the dehumidifier.
Okay. How loud is the fan gonna be if you turn that on?
Not loud.
Okay. I feel like I've soaked through my shirt.
What's the play for a band or the play?
I just play. I went to college for music, but now I work for airline, so I get out. Right. Yeah,
I played the drums. So
oh, really?
yeah, I played the percussion side.
Okay. And yeah,
I need to get my own set. I'm playing for the homeboy that actually he DJ and he started. He gonna want to put a live band behind.
oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm going to soon as I get the drum set.
yeah.
Come make some drum sound.
Yeah.
No,
You have the bell song is. They got Jesus. They it's in Australia, but they for a few years had a campus out in Phoenix. So yeah, that's
we're out in Hamlin.
so did all that for
Anyway, lead name today.
yeah.
Yeah. One of my best friends played this church played the lead. Yeah, just hanging around on the regular. Like, come on, man, quit doing it. Like,
Yeah.
now I'm talking about I have chords coming through like, man, yeah.
Yeah.
I ain't go to school for it.
Yeah.
I mean, since I was like 6 years old.
No, they yeah, man.
And I'm just tired of that. Let me get the book. I am just. Yeah, you call him like, hey, man, they got dogs. Can you get it out of them?
Yeah. That's all you still.
That's the kid and dog.
Yeah. Oh man, like that. Yeah. Easy man. Slow down. Hey, you gotta stay out there.
He's like, no.
That guy is like one of the coolest motherfuckers.
He's like, no, he's not. He's a bitch. Kill him.
He loves Rosie. He's like always every time he comes, he's like she is the chillest dog. Like because there are some fucking little rat dogs in this apartment complex. Okay, we were at the end of stage 1, right?
Yeah.
All right. And we're back. So nice. So yeah, Jesse Love wins stage 1. And then it just becomes the Jesse Love versus Justin Algeier show.
Brent Cruz sneaks his way into
Brent Cruz it gets like in it towards the end towards stage 3. Well, I mean he is in there, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Either way. So where is it? Why am I losing my spot? Where the hell was I? Okay. Jesse Love, Allgaier, da-da-da-da, back and forth. Sorry, y'all. I promise that I will, just trying to find where the hell they put stage 2. Anyways, stage 2 went to, it was Allgaier, wasn't it? Or, no, it was Jesse Love.
Was it?
I can't, it literally has not said it.
Let me pull it up.
Yeah, please do, because
Now, everybody next week bully Justin into making notes.
Hey, shut up, okay? It's been a long weekend. I'm gonna be real with you guys. Yeah, I literally just got The Office back to production value yesterday.
Justin Allgaier won stage 1.
Yeah, Allgaier won stage 1.
Okay.
Stage 2.
That's
stage 2. Allgaier won also. So yeah, I was right. There we go. My bad.
Okay.
Sorry, y'all.
We're here now.
We're here. Yeah, and then you've got stage. I'm trying to find the exact lap that Jesse Love goes and pits. Ooh, where is it? Okay, so lap 112, Jesse Love starts to report concerns he may have a loose wheel. His lead is decreased to 0.5 seconds over Brent Cruz. And also, let's just talk about Brent Cruz for a second. On the Racing with the Boys podcast, they asked Bubba and Ryan, they're like, who's someone coming up that you think like really has it?
Oh, yeah.
Brent Cruz was the guy that.
100%. Because he is showing up at these tracks. I also now realize I misread. It was Jesse Love stage 1, Allgaier stage 2. So we're here now. Those were your stage 1 and stage 2 winners. They wrote stage 1.
You're right.
Yeah.
My bad. Sorry, y'all.
Yeah,
stage 1. I was about to say, I was like, Allgaier didn't sweep the stages.
But like back to Brent Cruz, he is borderline in the chase, missed 5 or 6 races at the beginning of the year for being too young. He's showing up at tracks he's never seen before, and he is like rinse and repeat Connor Zilic from last year to me, in the sense of not the dominance, but he goes out in stage 1 and he learns, and he goes out in stage 2 and he learns some more. And then in stage 3, I mean, he just turns it on. He's like, I've learned all of this, now watch me. And I mean, he is going to cause an issue in the next few years for Toyota and for JGR of who do I keep and who do I sadly have to let go for Brent Cruz. Now, my big idea, big brain play here would be Brent Cruz is Denny Hamlin's replacement.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Unless Corey Heim turns out to be Denny Hamlin's protege and Denny Hamlin's replacement, and then Brent Cruz goes 23-11.
Yeah,
because honestly,
I could see that too.
With Toyota, it's 1A and 1B, and honestly, 1A right now is probably 23-11, and 1B is Joe Gibbs. But we're kind of getting back to 1A being Gibbs and 1B just off the sheer. We've got to the point lately where it feels like it's Tyler Reddick, Bubba Wallace, Riley Herbst. For a while, it felt like Tyler Reddick, Bubba Wallace, a little bit farther down Riley Herbst. Now we're getting the true division again of one guy showing up every week. And like some of it, Bubba can't help. It's wrong place, wrong time. But that's just part of it. Like, and yeah, I mean, he's falling down the point standings, but we'll save that for Cup.
Yeah. So yeah, basically the rest of the race ends up being Allgaier versus Brent Cruz, because Jesse Love ends up going to pit, and it's a long pit and everything, and he just never makes his way back up.
Lap 121, pitted from second with a 30-plus second pit stop.
Yeah. So yeah, and then Allgaier ends up winning by almost 1.5 seconds over Brent Cruz. And your top 10 was Justin Allgaier, Jesse Love, Corey Day, Sheldon Creed.
Wait, what?
Wait, that's the point standing. Jesus Christ.
Okay, top 10.
I got it.
Okay.
Sorry, y'all. Justin Allgaier, Brent Cruz, William Sawalich, Sam Mayer, Brandon Jones, Corey Day, Carson Quapple, Kyle Larson, Taylor Gray, and Sammy Smith. The amount of times that Larson was loose during that race was absolutely absurd.
It was the most human. I feel like we've ever seen Larson in recent times in a JRM car.
Yeah.
And it felt like one of the first times that he actually wasn't able to overcome the car not to his liking when it unloaded off the trailer.
Yeah.
Because typically you'll hear the radio in the first stage and maybe half of the second stage where he's like, dude, the car still isn't there. Like, we need to do this, we need to do that. And this one just felt like same but different. Like,
yeah, definitely. Sorry, y'all. I was reading the point standings at the top of this.
Yeah.
That's my bad. Sorry about that. But yeah, that's about it on O'Reilly's. I mean, Jesse Love ended up finishing 16th.
Not bad, all things considered.
Yes, considering a 30-plus second pit stop.
Which almost, I mean, it puts you a lap behind, obviously. But then, I mean, by the time you factor in on pit road, off pit road, the 30 seconds in the box, all of that, you're about a lap and a half behind at that point.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Algeier at this point, he has a 179-point lead over Jesse Love in second. So, like, he's kind of turned the tables because Reddick's lead, while it is still big, has been shrinking. Algeier's is just going up. I mean, it's like, at this point, it almost feels like it's Algeier's championship to lose.
Yeah.
Because this is the earliest in the year that he's got to 4 wins.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, he pretty much came out and said that before the start of this year was it. He'd bought a house back in Illinois, and his wife came to him and was like, why are you retiring? And then he came out and he was like, this is some of the most fun I've been having. I feel like I've, in a way, like he's like Denny. He's like, he's old in the sense of a driver, but it feels like he's at his best.
Yeah.
So
let's see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, we know for sure we'll get him next year again, but I mean, I don't know. Then you start walking that fine line of you want to go out on top. You don't want to be the guy that, like, you kind of hold the spot
around too long. Yeah.
But yeah. Which works out great for me because Algeier is my favorite O'Reilly's driver.
Yeah. I do like me some Algeier. He's cool.
And I hope at some point we get to actually see him win at Atlanta.
That'd be sick.
Fingers crossed this time.
No, not this time. I won't be there.
Well,
not this time.
I'm selfish. Fingers crossed this time because I've seen enough of Austin Hill. And when we go back to Talladega, they looked human, so maybe that'll carry over. But we'll save that for July.
Who won O'Reilly? It was Sheldon Creed. That's who it was. Yeah. That was insane.
That was a good one. That was a great time.
Absurd.
Chastain wrecked Austin Hill on the last
it's
lap.
Like, have you tried wrecking him?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe we put Ross Chastain back
for like a month.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So something I wanted to bring up about Ross Chastain with him running in lower series. I wish they would bring the like Melon Man looking schemes to Cup.
Yeah.
Like the Busch Light car, awesome, sick.
I'm just
super
holding
cool.
out on the ultimate Melon Man scheme and Busch Light getting their crap together and making Busch Light watermelon, and that would probably crash Lionel's website.
Yes,
that would be a top selling diecast. That would sell a bunch of merch. That would sell a bunch of beer.
I mean, no, it's insane. Remind me to bring something up after the podcast. I don't need to bring it up on the podcast. Okay. Either way, let's get into the Cup race because we gotta speed run the rest of the podcast now.
Because happy birthday to my father. I have to be at dinner at 5.
Shout out at 5. Around
I mean, it's right around the corner.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
I was about to say. I was like at 5. Jesus Christ.
They're getting there at 5.
Okay. Shout out Blake's dad. Happy birthday.
Shout out Lenny.
The
OG NASCAR fan that got me into it. That has for anybody that wants slight lore, he has a Dale Earnhardt phone.
Yeah,
like the diecast car phone that me and Lily will be fighting over who gets. But I think Lily already called dibs, so it's fine. I'm fine. But on to the Cup Series. So again, more rain and pain for Justin.
Yes.
It
extreme
didn't
pain.
Really bother me all that much because my fun work schedule.
You probably made it home by the end of stage 2, if we're going to be real.
I didn't like. I knew it was delayed because I was starting to watch it at work,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, "Huh." I got home and staged like I looked up at the TV on accident because I told them I was like, mute it, turn it off, do something, and I looked up and I was like, "Oh man, Allmendinger wrecked out. That sucks." Because where I was in the race, I was like, he just won stage 1,
Yeah.
and I'm like, "Oh."
Yeah.
But yeah, lap 1, Denny Hamlin. I mean, just watching it live.
Yeah, this was one bit I actually watched live, and I was like, "Good Lord, he's in a rocket ship!" Because I didn't see the start. I saw him just so far in the head, or so. Sorry, y'all. So far ahead, and I was like, "Good Lord!" And then they replayed the restart. I'm like, "Oh yeah, he jumped that by like a mile."
Yeah, like I was watching it live, and I was like, "Ooh, that's borderline a jump start on the restart." And then they played the replay, and I was like, "What was he thinking?"
Yeah.
And then we did get the full circle moment. He won, and
Yes.
they asked him if he agreed, and he was like, "Yeah." He's like, "I jumped that one pretty bad."
Yeah.
And it was funny because the theme of the day felt like how much he was trying to improve on his restarts because that's been the worst thing for him all year. And I'm like, my brother, we have taken this from I'm bad at restarts to I just jumped.
I don't know how to do a restart, apparently. Yeah.
So they announced the penalty on lap 2, and then on lap 3, he had to serve a drive-through penalty. He went to the back. Dale Jr. joked in the booth and said that he should get double the money for winning the race, having to go shotgun on the field and come back. They did end up having fun with that and being like, "Okay, Dale, he's getting back up to the front. You gonna pay the second half of the purse?"
Yeah.
But lap 36, competition caution comes out. All the lead lap cars pit. SVG, he comes off pit road first after only taking 2 tires, followed by Logano and Keselowski. Reddick is the first car off pit road with 4 tires in fourth. Lap 42, SVG and Logano lead the field to green, which just feels like a fever dream.
Yeah.
SVG clears by turn 2. By lap 44, Reddick's made it to second with Larson in third and Bell in fourth because Logano's fallen back to fifth. 3-time champion Logano has fallen back to fifth, and SVG, who shouldn't know how to run ovals by everybody else's talk, is leading still and holding off people.
Yeah.
Lap 45, Larson and Bell pass Reddick for second and third. Then lap 49, Larson and SVG begin to battle for the lead, and it took Larson 5 laps to get around him.
Yeah. I mean, shoot, the guy is holding off Kyle Larson, who majority of the time is looked at as the best driver in NASCAR.
Yeah.
What?
He's top 3. I can say even with this winless streak, he's still top 3 just on pure talent and speed and everything. But and then Bell too, to be holding both of them up.
Yes.
And it didn't feel like, oh, he's just being cheesy and just arrow blocking every turn.
No.
He's picking the right lines. Yeah. He's arrow blocking effectively. It's like he has learned now that they put him up front due to strategy calls, how to race up front.
Mm-hmm.
Now, has he started to ruffle feathers? Yes. Do I think some of that, in all honesty, is just a pride thing with these other drivers?
Yes.
Yes.
100%. Because, I mean, you have him holding off Larson, who is a top 3 driver in NASCAR, and then Christopher Bell, who I say would be arguably a top 5.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you could make the argument for sure. Yeah. Then lap 72, we have the brake issues. We have Zilich's rotor explode entering turn 1.
Look at what he did
from 24th. And then when they showed it in the garage, when they pull the wheel off and the wheel just falls into 4 pieces, I was like, oh.
I just want to talk about how funny the cut to commercial was right there.
Yeah.
Because you just have it there, the music is fading out, and then you just hear Dale go, "Oh, car in the wall," or something.
The welcome back to the Dale jump scares.
Yes, that was so freaking funny.
Also, Adam Alexander in the Cup booth is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really want him to leave the O'Reilly's booth because, I mean, that to me is just a 10-on-10 booth.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the Prime booth it might be an 11 out of 10.
Yeah.
That is such a good like just all around crew.
And also, like, shout out Mark Martin for
Yes.
he was I mean, he was filling in for Carl Edwards.
Yeah.
And an extended pre-show race.
Stuck around.
Around.
Obviously, post-show did the little cutbacks to that desk throughout the race. Like,
also, that desk is good too.
Yeah.
Prime just in general. Like, okay.
Give Prime the whole damn season.
Yes, please. For the love of God. I mean, they were like, okay. Corey LaJoy, great broadcaster and great podcast host.
Yeah.
I will give him his flowers there.
Oh yeah, 100%. Because to me, when I look at that whole booth, if you look at the weakest link, I mean, you might make the argument that out of the whole Prime crew, that the weakest link would be either LaJoy or why did I just forget her name?
Oh, Kim Kuhn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if those are your two weakest links, that's not a bad setup.
Those are some pretty strong weak links.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I mean, if you know, like I guess a big thing, I mean, you hear this all the time. You know, you're only as good as your weakest player.
Yeah.
Like, if Corey LaJoy is your weakest player when it comes to broadcast, like,
yeah, you're all right.
You're pretty good. But anyways, yeah. Shout out Mark Martin. Gucci Mane lover.
Yeah. What a guy.
Yeah.
So lap 76, we get another kind of strategy call, which this race I loved because it felt like no matter the pit stop, there was somebody was doing something different. Somebody was getting shuffled to the front.
Yeah.
Somebody was staying out. It kept the race fresh.
Mm-hmm.
I will say I do feel like the race would be good even if everybody took 4 tires every time and came back out the same because they were able to race each other very well.
Mm-hmm.
But just the different speed cars in different areas of the field, like you have fast cars on tires back here, like so on and so forth, like that just really shook everything up in the perfect way at Nashville. But yeah, lap 76, all lead lap cars pit except for Allmendinger and Hurt. Yeah, Allmendinger and Herbst. Blaney gets off first after taking 2 tires, followed by Chase Elliott on 2 tires, and Larson was the first off with 4. Lap 80 on the restart, Allmendinger and Herbst lead the field to green, with Blaney getting past them both, getting past Allmendinger, battling side by side with Herbst. Allmendinger shoots it 3 wide, makes the pass in turn 1 because Herbst backs out, and then Allmendinger and Blaney remain side by side. So survived restart 1 because on lap 82, Chastain has a rotor explode, and then McDowell.
Look at what he did. Sorry.
Is that your new vocal stem?
That's just for this because it's when the brake rotors explode and they go into the wall, it looks like the Hail Melon.
Yeah.
So that's
valid.
Just it.
And then Mr. Hail Melon himself in this one. And then McDowell spins behind him, trying to avoid. Lap 87, Hocevar, Gilliland, Austin Hill, Stenhouse, Priest, Custer, and McDowell all pit. So then we get the lap 90 restart, and Blaney and Allmendinger lead the field to green. Blaney gets ahead briefly before Allmendinger fights back. Allmendinger is able to clear for the lead on the backstretch. Larson gets a great run into 3. Allmendinger edges ahead to win stage 1, followed by Larson, Blaney, Elliott, and Reddick. What a fever, like, top 5, because, like, Allmendinger winning a stage.
Yeah, with those people behind him. Yeah.
And, like, it wasn't a fluke because he held them, again, SVG type situation. Like, you can't really call it a fluke and Suarez at Charlotte, you can't call those situation flukes when they have to hold them off multiple times.
Yeah, exactly.
Lap 91, Priest goes to the garage reporting that he has officially lost all water in the radiator and the motor is done. Lap 94, Allmendinger, Elliott, Herbst, Suarez, and Cody Ware pit. So then on the lap 99 restart, you have Larson up front with Blaney. Larson is able to get the lead. And then here's where you kind of, like, you've seen Briscoe, but now, like, you really see Briscoe come in. Lap 103, Hamlin, who had dropped to the back, all the way to 38th, last car in the field. He's up to 10th already. Yay. Lap 127, Corey Heim passes Eric Jones to get into the top 5. And until his little incident later in the race, I was like, good Lord, this guy is like on one today.
Yeah.
Lap 128, Briscoe passes Larson for the lead. And then on lap 146, as the pit cycle starts, and I guess there was no communication.
Yeah, that's kind of what it seemed like.
Stenhouse dips off to pit, and then Brad doesn't really know, it sounds like. Causes a big stack-up chain reaction. And then this is where the controversy of the week lies. To me, I felt like this wreck was more egregious because in what world does Austin Dillon get spun off the bumper of the 17 if Brad doesn't drive from the wall to the grass trying to block him?
Yeah, you have a point there.
Like, do what you got to do, block. But, I mean, and you're listening to TJ, and TJ's like, no, go. You're clear. And he kind of wasn't.
Yeah.
Like, he was, but he wasn't. And then all that does is then stack the 3 up, and Buescher has no idea and spins the 3. Luckily, Austin Dillon made it with no damage, like didn't get into the wall or anything. And then at that point, Bowman and Stenhouse were on pit road, so they were able to continue their service and luck out. So lap 147, Blaney, Elliott, McDowell, Allmendinger, Suarez, Gilliland, Hill, and Custer pit. And those were the 8 cars that were on the lead lap during that pit cycle. So then you have Briscoe gets the free pass, and then you have 22 additional cars take the wave round to get back on the lead lap. So now your front row to the next restart on lap 152 is Blaney and Elliott. Blaney clears for the lead. Lap 173, Allmendinger's great day comes to an end when his brake rotor explodes from third. So
would you like me to say it again?
Yeah, one more time.
Look at what he did!
Okay, there you go. That was for all of you at home. We get another big, like, pit stop strategy. This one, Chase Elliott is the first car off pit road that took 4 tires in 7th. Hocevar got penalized for too many people, or over the wall too soon, I should say. Michael McDowell made it off pit road first with 2 tires, though, because in true Spire form, they got to beat him off pit road with 2 tires. That feels like the Spire thing now. Lap 182, Suarez and Bowman lead the field to green, and I mean, what a front row.
Yeah,
the way that this year has gone, like both are like heating up at the right time, but yeah. Poor Bowman. That's all I'll say for now.
Yep.
Lap 183, Gilliland spins in turn 1, running 15th after contact with Heim, and then he backs into the wall. Heim also gets into him, and Custer is collected too. I'll say what I believe everyone was thinking in that. No, Heim didn't intentionally wreck him, because I guarantee you he knows how to drive a race car enough to wreck somebody and not get in the wreck.
Yeah.
That was just a misjudgment because he's not that used to cup cars. Lap 185, Suarez wins stage 2, followed by Bowman, Stenhouse, Cindric, and Hamlin. And then at this point, when you go to the lap 192 restart, Denny Hamlin is now in control of the race. Denny Hamlin stays in control of the race for a little while. Lap 204, Buescher gets loose in turns 1 and 2 after contact with Hocevar and Nemechek. Nemechek goes up the track, getting into Bubba. Bubba gets into Byron, at which point Bubba has no brakes. He comes down the track, wrong place, wrong time for Bowman. Pretty big hit, and
that car came up off the ground.
Yeah. So then lap 212, Hamlin and Briscoe lead the field to green with Hamlin clearing for the lead. Lap 213, this is kind of the point where it felt like the race had the potential to go off the rails.
Yeah.
Because Nemechek has to get out of the gas coming off of Ford due to like the bumps and getting tight, that kind of stuff, which causes a stack up. Hocevar gets into him. Hocevar had nowhere to go. This is one where you can't put it on Hocevar.
Yeah.
The last
definitely
one, you could put it on Hocevar. He threw that thing down in there and like sparked it on the apron. That's all I'll say on that. That was no malicious intent there. And then again, so Briscoe and Hamlin, they lead the field to green. Hamlin clears. Have you heard that one before? Lap 225, Hocevar gets loose from 10th, bounces off the wall, but is able to continue. Then lap 245, Bell gets around Hamlin for the lead. And then at this point, you kind of feel like Bell has the best car of the big 3 of the race, Hamlin, Bell, and Briscoe. And Chase Elliott was always right there in 4th, just a little bit behind.
Yeah.
Great thing to see as a Hendrick and Chase Elliott fan.
Yeah.
I'll leave that there. I'm not going to be that guy. Lap 255, Zane Smith and Blaney are battling for 11th. They pitted at lap 217 and plan to stretch their fuel to the end of the race, while the first 10 cars will have to make another pit stop. So lap 270, after Eric Jones pits, completing the cycle, Zane Smith inherits the lead. Lap 274, Blaney and his team realize that they ran too hard trying to battle Zane Smith. They're not going to make it. They pit for 2 tires and fuel, giving up on the strategy. Lap 276, Zane Smith is leading Riley Herbst by 5.6 seconds, who's also on that strategy that could make it. And Bell is 12 seconds back and forth, but he's making up about 1 second a lap at this point. So then you fast forward, lap 281, he's in third. Bell is in third, 5.3 seconds behind. Lap 282, Herbst pits from second and gives up on that strategy. Suarez pits from eighth. We go to lap 286. Bell is only 0.8 seconds behind now, so it feels like a matter of time. Then literally on lap 288, as Bell passes him, clears him, and then it's just sayonara, race is over. Bell's going to go off and win the race. Chris Buescher has a brake rotor explode, entering turn 3 from 17th, brings out the caution. So Zane Smith in second, pits, Tyler Reddick in ninth, and then Blaney, McDowell, Stenhouse, Hocevar, and Ty Dillon also pit. McDowell was penalized for crew over the wall too soon, so Spire's going to have fun with their pit crews this week, it seems like. So then we fast forward, lap 297, the restart, which ends up being the final restart of the race. Bell leads from the inside with Briscoe on the outside. Bell gets a push from Hamlin, clears for the lead by turn 1. Hamlin gets by Briscoe for second, then dives under Bell to battle for the lead. Lap 299, you didn't really see it. And I'm glad. I'll give Prime their flowers on this, because I'm like, oh, that felt like a Fox moment. You just see a big old like cloud of smoke, and you're like, what was that from? Or you're not going to show it, but they were so locked in on the great battle for the win that they didn't. And then afterwards, they were like, hey, by the way, here's the camera footage of what happened. It was Larson. He blew a tire. He spun getting to pit road. They didn't throw the caution. Didn't feel bad. So that was that. And at that time, Bell and Hamlin continue to battle for the lead. Lap 300, Briscoe makes 3 wide for the lead on the front stretch. And Denny Hamlin's able to clear for the lead on the back stretch over the both of them. And Denny Hamlin wins by 0.1 seconds as a multi-car incident is beginning to take place. So you had those 3 all really tight running for the win. And then the next pack was also very tight and trying to push each other and just get the best finish you can. Chase Elliott was getting a huge push by Ryan Blaney. No harm, no foul. Nothing obviously was intentional here. You're coming to the end of the race. You're not trying to wad a bunch of cars up. Yeah. But Reddick, ate the safer barrier. I don't know if I've seen the front of a next-gen car caved that far into the windshield before. So with that being said, your winner is Denny Hamlin. Your top 10 is Denny Hamlin, Christopher Bell, Chase Briscoe, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. in 4th, with just what a day in the tribute scheme, the throwback to Busch. SVG, I believe, first career top 5 on an oval. Reddick in 6th, Elliott in 7th, Blaney in 8th, Zane Smith in 9th, who, he's Austin Dillon. Like, this is his Richmond. Carson Hocevar brought it home 10th, which is crazy due to everything, all the pit road stuff, the long pit stops, getting into the wall, so on and so forth. I realized that I looked over at some point the Austin Dillon getting into Keselowski situation. I'll give my 2 cents on it. You give your 2 cents on it. Okay. Because I believe that we both have opinions. So again, there's a stack up. And what do you do in the case of a stack up? You find the open lane and you try to get around. So did it look bad that the 3 followed the 6 down to the apron? I could see that argument. In what world, if you are purposefully wrecking someone, do you get out of the gas? That was the big thing.
Like when it came out that it was like he was not in the gas.
That's signed, sealed, delivered right there. There's no intent.
That's same way.
Because like they said in the booth, they basically said, unless he's just a master at wrecking somebody and leaving the biggest gray area possible, like that was not intentional. And again, at the end of the day, nobody but Austin Dillon really knows if that was intentional, but I don't see it.
I do feel like after it was probably not intentional, but then afterwards he was like,
Yeah, but also, like, if I'm him, I feel like, yeah, I'm mad at the 6, but I would almost more, if I'm going to wreck somebody, wreck Busher.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's that. We'll move on to Michigan. So your previous next gen winners at Michigan were Kevin Harvick in 22, Busher in 23, Reddick in 24, and Hamlin in 25.
Yeah. So Toyotas
Yeah.
currently hold the
Started Ford, now it's on the Toyota swing.
Yeah. Paint schemes. I see that we share one.
Yeah.
Like it seems to be almost every week this season.
Let me for like 2 seconds just double check paint schemes and see if anybody else. Okay, there have been more uploaded.
Let me look also, because I just want to make sure that I don't have a more favorite or a least favorite winner take over from what I had so far.
Okay, so for me, nothing changed.
Yeah, nothing changed.
Okay, so our collective favorite for this week for paint schemes for Michigan is William Byron's Exalta car. It's the color of the year. I forget the exact shade of orange. Just a really pretty race
It's
car.
like a orange creamsicle.
Yeah.
That's what it reminds me of.
Yeah.
Clean looking car, like super cool.
Nice breakup from the usual Exalta.
Yes, 100%. So my least favorite, you guys know I love to pick on the Monster Energy car and how boring it is. And I'm pulling that card this week. Ty Gibbs, Monster Energy is my least favorite for this week.
Had to bring it back.
Had to.
My least favorite, again, I know I've picked this at least once already this year, but is Ricky Stenhouse's Pylon Aviation car.
Yeah, that one was in the running.
It's just boring. I mean, there's really not much more to say. Like, I don't hate the colors of it. I like the maroon, the black, the gray, but it just, I mean, a lot more could have been done with that car.
Agreed. 100%.
And it's such a letdown coming off the NOS.
Oh, 1,000%.
So,
yeah, that NOS scheme is so good.
So picks this week for the race, we actually don't share any.
Surprise, surprise. I did see yours beforehand, and I was like, oh, I'm like, let me go look at the truck entry list. And then I was like, okay, I'll pick the other one that I think will win.
Yeah.
So truck this week, I went with Corey Heim.
I don't feel like there's much explanation needed on that one.
Go ahead with your pick.
I picked Hocevar, hometown boy.
Yeah, if you hadn't picked him already, I probably would have picked him.
Yeah.
What about Cup for you?
So I went with Chris Buescher because I forget which race, but of all 4 next gen races, he's finished in the top 10 every single one except for one. He's won one. He's finished second he finished second to either Reddick or Hamlin. I can't remember.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I feel like RFK's kind of had their highs and their lows this year, but I think this is where they'll get a car in victory lane.
Yeah. That's a good pick. Good pick. It went with Bubba Wallace. Wanted to be a little interesting this week, and Toyota has for the past 2 years rocked this speedway.
I forget which year, but he did finish second here.
Yes. So yeah, I picked Bubba Wallace. I think he is
he needs it.
He needs it, and I mean, he's teammates with Reddick.
Yeah.
So something's got to give, and I hope it's this week for him, because I like him in a 2311 car.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else for this week?
I think that's all. We made good time, and I'm ready to go get some dinner because I haven't eaten all day.
Nice. Anyways, this has been the Checker Chat. Justin.
I'm Blake.
Thank you guys for listening this week. You guys can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast, Amazon Music, and you can't forget about it.
Never forget.
Audible. We'll see you guys next week. Bye.